Do you wanna be a mini baby mama? Yeah, our kids could be East African, or they could be an accident. How you rap like that's what they asking him? I was poor and I'm black, so I'm taxing them. Just a couple reparations that I factor in. We saw the take the Ethiopians, yeah, but I'm on right now. I wanna stop and get down. A lot of rain in my life I found, so please shut the pipe down. I need that.
Adapting it every day, the language.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. That's Ryan Fitzgerald. He will start this one. Off we go from Bank of America Stadium. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Hurts, rolling right, and they'll be set up now, up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They put Adams in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. And he'll manage to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple. And it's 2nd down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
A gain there of 11. It's a first down for Tampa Bay. Throwing is Hurts. Forced out left. Now he takes off. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. A throw right side, going to be taken in by McMillan. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Buccaneers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Run now for the rookie out of Georgia. Helix forward for maybe a yard. Benjamin Morrison there to bring him down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now a give on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. 3rd, they need 8. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Panthers. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. It's a nice start to the drive. Gain of 10 and a quick 1st down.
So the challenge of these jet sweeps, Mike, is they happen so fast. Nowadays in these offenses, there's so much pre-snap motion that you don't know if the receiver's just going in regular motion or are they timing it up with the snap.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's good.
18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
And the Buccaneer first down.
So after one, 7-3 is our score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. On to the second, Buccaneers in possession of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Second down throw for Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Emeka Ibuka, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Open man, that's Adams. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. And that is no good. He missed it, and they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll stick with him again. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's going to have a Panthers first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on 4th down.
Love the idea of going for it on 4th down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on 4th down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
Here comes 2nd and 4. The RPO, that one is complete. And the Panthers are going to be looking at 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And he is going the wrong way. Tackle back at the 7.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Carolina. It's his third touchdown catch this year. The PAT, up and good. And the Panthers extend their advantage to 14-3.
Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Hurts to the air on first down. Now right, catch made. That's Ibuka. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up second and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Third down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high. A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on fourth down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
On first down, it's Hurts. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Hurts again. To the left side, and Adams has it. Now the Bucs will take their first time out, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
It's now second and 6 at the 34-yard line.
One of the tight ends motions right. To the air again. Hurts. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Nick Squirton getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's third down.
Third and long.
Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This a 57-yard. That comes out low and is blocked.
So they clearly have a beat on this kicking unit. Now there's 2 ways to do it. They either have a tip on the long snapper or the holder. But either way, in this case, they're able to time the snap count perfectly, gain an advantage on the outside, and come away with a huge block.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette.
Second down
And it'll bring up second down.
Tag! Bronco 80, 18 Bronco, 79 Bronco.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
First and 10.
First and 10.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here as they get it at their own 4.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Back up to his own goal line. Hurts. To the right side, he finds McMillan. Running free at the 45. Inside the 20. And he will dive into the end zone. 96 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Moving to his right. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up second and 20 at the 23-yard line.
So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The third quarter begins with a run, and he'll get about 5. From the 35, here's second and 4. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the first down.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. On the move, past the 40. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Panther first down. They run over center with Robinson. They'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest gain.
They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
third down. They'll set up to throw. He'll get this complete. It's Jimmy Horn Jr. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
That's another Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Out to his right. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field. But they've been highly efficient. Now they get another first down.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
This is pretty impressive from the big guy in the middle, Mike. I mean, typically we see these guys make most of their plays on the interior of the defense. They're big bodies, they're run stuffers. But look at the athleticism here as he's able to get outside the numbers and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Going right, it's taken in. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the...
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Panthers.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. On first down, it's Hurts. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. T.J. Sanders. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Hurts. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal. Now, faking the give. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
Line of scrimmage, the 3. Third and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there. As time has expired, the 3rd quarter has come to an end. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Irving now gets it to start the 4th. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Here's 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Buccaneers getting their punter out there, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to take it all the way. Electric moment on the return for touchdown. A special teams magic moment from the rookie who takes it all the way. What a great way to announce yourself to your teammates as a huge part of this team.
Yeah, and there's no greater way to establish value and to earn a role on a team, Mike, than through special teams. Now, when you can do it as a returner and you can impact the game by putting points on the board, man, that is different. In this case, that's exactly what he does, and that is a huge impact play here by the young rookie.
On now is Fitzgerald for the PAT. It's up and good. Panthers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Left side, he's got Ibuka. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. They put Adams in motion. Second down throw for Hurts. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This throw right side is caught by Adams. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, Hurts. A dive and a catch. Incredible. 19 more on that one and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Hurts will try it again. That is hauled in at the 5. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their...
And he's in. Jalen McMillan. Touchdown Buccaneers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
2nd and 7.
Let's go now. 70 Timber. Go, Reed. Go.
They'll run, and here is Brooks. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
70 Reed. 70 Reed. Set up.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Fitzgerald on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And that one bounces off the crossbar, but it goes in. It's good. And the Panthers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. So now, after the field goal, Fitzgerald is back out there to send this one away. This one taken at the 10. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. first and 10. It's Hurts. That's to the left side. Caught by McMillan. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Now, breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
On play action, Hurts. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Third down and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Got a man! It's Ibuka! Complete! Down the left sideline! And he will score! Game on! Emeka Ibuka! Touchdown, Tampa. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Buccaneers 24. Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go. Go.
On a run with Brooks to begin this drive. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 26-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Second down, 8 yards to go. They'll drop to throw. His throw left side is complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. They'll come up here, first and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Now inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Carolina. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. Fitzgerald back for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers are able to extend the lead.
Makes the score Panthers 38. Buccaneers 24.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here's first and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Ibuka. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. One timeout at their disposal, but the more pressing need, have to score twice. It's first and 10. Now Hurts. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Second and 10.
Hurts.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
And they'll throw here with Hurts. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. The Buccaneers forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their two scheduled matchups. No chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season.
Yeah. Ran the money up to a whole nother level. Hustle, I don't know no better. When I got rich of these